Kuai Le. Niu Nian Kuai Le. Happy Chinese New Year, everybody. Mario here. I didn't expect to be making this video this morning, and there's just so much to talk about. Pouring through the news cycle, and a lot of thoughts on my mind as well. And this is my official Happy Chinese New Year video going out to everybody. 我中国朋友们，亲爱的朋友们，我是马一军，祝大家新年快乐，牛年快乐，恭喜发财，万事如意。Wish everyone great health and peace and prosperity in the new year. What a wreck, what a train wreck the news cycle is. But is that anything new? I mean, the Western news cycle compared to the sanity of life in China and the Chinese news cycle, which is, I got a number of items here we're going to talk about. Just weird conversations I'm having with like really stubborn people. And I'm going to start off by telling you that the last time I did this video like this was when I was pouring Liu Bao Cha at my dining room table, which I'm doing right now. And that was with Xinhua News Agency. I was very, very honored, obviously, that they did an end-of-year 2020 interview with me. And I invited them over to my house. We sat here at this beautiful big wooden table that we have. I love natural things, natural thick wood. We're sitting at our beautiful wooden table, and I was talking about the documentary that I had done with CGTN on Liu Bao Zhen, which is the Liu Bao tea village, which is part of Wuzhou in Guangxi province. And I did one of two documentaries so far for CGTN called From the Soil documentaries. And those documentaries are about many of China's poverty alleviation programs happening all over the country. Like things that they actually do to improve the economy. I know, shocking. I know, improving the economy, helping poor people make more money. I met a guy who lugs tea leaves around, and he now makes like $600, $700, $800 a month. That's how much the guy makes. He's in the documentary. So go to CGTN, From the Soil, Liu Bao Cha. Cheers. And you can see, I forget his name. Nice old guy. Keep in mind, if you're in the United States or Europe, you don't understand. If you're making $600, $700, $800, up to $1,000 a month in rural China, you're like a millionaire. You're saving half. You're probably saving half of that, if not at least 30% of that. The average savings rate in China, though it's gone down, still about 30%. Every month, people sock away 30% of their money. How's that? Because there's no expenses. I live in Shenyang, my wife's hometown. We're in a beautiful 1,300 square foot apartment. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, huge big living room. I love it. You know, we bought this apartment 8 years ago. And, okay, fine. If you want to live in a second-tier city of China, of which there are like over 50, 60 second-tier cities, like Qingdao, Dalian, I just said Shenyang, Chengdu, Chongqing, all these cities. Not Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, okay? The cost of living is dirt cheap in China's second-tier cities. It's the big secret of foreigners who have lived here for a long time. We've learned if you really want to live and experience the very, very best of China, get out of Shanghai, get out of Beijing, go live in the countryside with your wife, your Chinese wife. That's really what the best of living in China is all about. I'm living in Shenyang. It's as modern and amazing. All the second-tier cities are as modern and amazing as the first-tier cities, okay? Which again, Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou, Shenzhen. And second-tier cities, Hangzhou, Nanjing. There's just so many, right? And there's probably in total about 30 second-tier cities well worth mentioning. Well, the cost of living here is dirt cheap, okay? I mean, again, we live in a beautiful 1,300 square foot apartment, 129, 130 square meters, right? And in Shanghai or Shenzhen, if you want to rent that, it's like 1,500 bucks a month. Minimum, you're at the 10,000 RMB a month mark. Okay? 8 to 10,000. Okay. But here, believe it or not, if we wanted to rent out our apartment for rental income, okay, the most we could get for it is half of that. And that's here in the local market. And this is a modern, amazing city. Right behind me in that direction is the Hunhe River with the beautiful diamond Shenjing Grand Theater and overlooking the downtown of the city. I mean, it's magnificent to live here. Look at some of my other tweets about that or YouTube videos. It's magnificent to live here, okay? And you can rent this level and quality of apartment for like 500 bucks a month, okay? And imagine if you're single and you're splitting that with a roommate. So now your rent, or two, your 3-bedroom, right? 2 bath. So you're splitting that. If you're single, young, in your career, and you're only making $800 a month, but your rent is nothing. Your rent's 150 bucks a month. See what I mean? Can you do that in America? Anywhere without taking your life into your hands? Like freaking dangerous to do that in America. As soon as you go down the scale in America, you're exposed to all kinds of societal problems. That doesn't happen here in China. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about right now. I'm home, by the way, and in the background, if you hear that, that's my Yuemu, my mother-in-law, who, if you asked me, I would be shocked 20 years ago. Mario, you're going to have a Yuemu, a mother-in-law who doesn't speak a wink of English from Northeast China. I'd be like, what are you talking about? That's like ridiculous. So life has its amazing yuan fun. It's amazing fate, twists and turns, and destiny, doesn't it? She's an amazing mother-in-law, by the way. Anyway, so like I said, the last time I was here sitting at the table drinking Liu Bao Cha was with my Xinhua News Agency interview. And now I'm sitting here thinking about the fact that finally, happy Chinese New Year to BBC. Screw you. You just got banned in China. As well, you should have. What were you expecting? Okay, last week, OFC, after 18 years in UK, 18 years of broadcasting in the UK, the Ofcom all of a sudden decided to ban CGTN from the UK because it's somehow affiliated with the government. Give me a break, okay? We all know what Ofcom did. It was a purely political move. Nothing had changed. And all of a sudden, after 18 years, they kick out CGTN. For what? For objective news on things like Hong Kong. You say, police brutality is a concern in Hong Kong. During the riots, police brutality is a concern. It is. It is. Not one protester. Violent, nasty criminals who, including amongst other things of assaulting people, set a guy on fire. Okay, not one Hong Kong police officer during a year of the worst violent protests you could possibly imagine, looting and blowing up buildings and throwing cocktails. And on the university campus, they're making firebombs. Okay, not one person was killed by a Hong Kong police officer. Police brutality, give me a break. Compare that to what's going on in the United States. But let's forget about whataboutism. So BBC finally banned and blocked and kicked out of China, again, in response to what they did first. This is my theme. Some of you, if you're new to my videos and tweets and everything, this is what I'm about. Reality check. I'm not pro-China. I'm sure as hell not anti-American. I'm brokenhearted about America. America was so beautiful, and they ruined it. They destroyed it. The predatory capitalism and corrupt politicians destroyed America. Horrifying. I'm horrified by it. I'd love to see America become wonderful and great again. But anyway, America's heyday is done. Okay. And China's rising to become the new world leader in many, many ways, and this is reality. And I'm sorry if that gets your skirt up all in a bunch, But what did you expect China is going to do And this is my main theme. I want you to understand about me. Okay? If I'm going about my life doing my thing and I'm doing as well as you or even doing better than you, and you turn around and you say, that guy's a baby killer. I'm a baby killer. I was like, what? I mean, how horrifying and and you want to destroy my life and destroy my reputation by accusing me of being a baby killer. I mean, it's horrifying. It's reprehensible. I'm surprised at how restrained China's response has been to this. And of course, I'm referring to the ridiculous accusations that there's this Xinjiang genocide. Okay? So the word genocide, when you use that word, please don't insult. Show some respect to the people in the world, like the Jews, because of what happened in Germany, more than half a century ago, and the genocide that's currently happening in Yemen. Okay? I mean, please. I think there's been genocides, many genocides down in Africa. Somali is coming to my mind. Am I right about that? Other countries. Uh, I mean, could you not disrespect people who are real victims of real genocide? Instead, as a matter of rhetorical shock porn, you want to come up with new phrases like cultural genocide to shock people? Is that's your way of, you just want more clicks, clickbait, get me to read, get me to watch, get me to read that. What? Genocide? Where? China? Xinjiang? What? So tell me the place, like was it Somalia or Yemen, where the people's lives are better than ever and the population doubled. This one about, oh, now there's broad rape going on everywhere. I mean, are you that stupid? Could you possibly be that stupid? Every time you read these articles, then it's the same lady, Torsa Duodat. I don't remember her name. Don't care. Don't need to remember her name. Check my tweets. Okay, it's all in there because a year ago, this same woman was interviewed by BuzzFeed and said, I wasn't beaten or abused. And now she's saying raped and rape everywhere. You just want to vomit, right? So again, I think China's very restrained. To be victimized by others who slander and libel you, calling you a baby killer when you, of course, are not a baby killer, is a horrifying thing. Think about it for a second. Think about that. What a horrifying, no more tea. What a horrifying thing to do. Next thing to mention, the Xi-Biden phone call. President Xi, President Biden. You got the talking points that President Biden expressed his concerns to President Xi regarding economic coercion, aggression toward China, and human rights abuses to President Xi. And that's the readout of the call. The call was 2 hours. Not 20 minutes. 2 hours. These are a couple of old warriors. I don't like the Democrats. Democrat, Republican, America, left, right. Look, they're all bad. They're all destroying the country. I don't like what's happening in America, so I don't want to talk about that. Skip all that. Biden's a warrior. He's known Xi for a long time. And there's lots of ties. I don't care whether it's Hunter Biden or anybody else. There's lots of billions and billions and billions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars of ties between businesses and governments of the United States and the governments of China. How the hell do you think the world economy is growing? So give me a break. Whether any of that is illegal or illicit or whatever, please give me a break. That stuff's been going on for centuries. So I'm not here to question any of that. Could very well be. There's some things that Hunter Biden did he shouldn't have done in Russia or in China. Okay, fine. All those arguments, great, separate from this discussion. What I'm telling you is the Xi-Biden phone call was 2 hours. You know what I have to say about that? Thank God the Xi-Biden phone call was 2 hours. Okay, this is a return to sanity. And Joe Biden also said during a meeting today, and again I tweeted it, please follow me on Twitter, please subscribe to my videos, and we're almost done here, that, you know, the threat to, his words were something like, the threat to us is the competition from China, and that they can eat our lunch, and we need to up our game. Terrific. Terrific. The words of a sane man, right? The words of a sane man. Moving on. I'm sorry. I had this ridiculous argument with some people in my Twitter feed because I said Taiwan is not a country, which it's not. And then I don't know why they got into an argument with me about this. I'm clueless. You know, I don't understand it. I mean, you can look at the 100 different references out there. There's only one place in the world that says Taiwan is a country. It's the Wikipedia page of the ignorant editor who won't change it because it's not true. Taiwan is not a country. Okay, legally it's not a country. Do you understand me? I don't know what else to say to you. It's not a country. How can a country be a country when the country itself, that isn't a country, itself hasn't even said it's a country and hasn't declared itself a country? Okay, what do you want from me? It's not a country. It's part of China. Okay, Hong Kong has its own currency, passport, its own main laws, right? From the break from separate laws from the UK, the British, the handover to China, its own separate governmental system, its own currency, its own passport. It's not a country, is it? Is Hong Kong a country? No, it's part of China. The hell's wrong with you? Okay, I'm just talking legality here. It's part of China. It's not a country. Does anybody call Hong Kong a country? No, it's not a country. It's a very independent place. So is Puerto Rico. It's not a country either. It's part of America. What do you want from me? So these guys are arguing with me. And of course, it's an emotional argument. And I'm going, I just said Taiwan's not a country. I didn't say anything else. Well, then why does Taiwan have a passport? Because Taiwan has a passport, has its own currency. Good for Taiwan. It's a very independent place. Good, fine, okay. But it's not a country. Singapore's a country. Thailand's a country. Vietnam's a country. But Taiwan's not a country. Its own country hasn't even legally declared itself a country. So then finally the guy's like exasperated with me. And he thought he sent me the link to finally put my argument to bed, because he sent me the link to an article of President Tsai when she won her election. I had said no country has ever said that Taiwan is another country. I was mistaken, or that no one had declared that Taiwan is a country. So it's not true. I was wrong about that. There's 15 countries that recognize Taiwan's independence. Oops, I wasn't wrong about that. They recognize, now we're into the word games. Taiwan is not a legally declared country. Okay? And those 15 countries ain't so important. So like, what is it? How many more countries are there in the whole wide world? Another 150? And they don't think or recognize or call Taiwan a country because they know that it's not a country. Hey friends, sorry about that interruption. Things happen. I was just saying, so Taiwan's not a country. What do you want from me? So they sent me the article saying, well, yes, President Tsai, when she won, said, oh, China has to, she won her second election or whatever it is. She won the election. Okay, current President Tsai. And she said, China needs to respect Taiwan. We are independent. We are our own country, etc. So she said that, okay? Meaning we should be thought of and recognized as our own independent country. We are one. It was a personal statement of pride, but it wasn't a legal fact. And I pointed that out. And they said, oh, you said she lied. I said, no, she didn't lie. She was just saying it as a personal point of fact. And I was like, oh, so I'm wrong. It is a country. No, it's not. Later in the very same article that they sent me to try and debunk what I was saying, which is still true, by the way, Taiwan is not a country. And in the very same article, it says that she would like to. Of course, she'd like to. She's pro-separatist. Fine. I get your personal opinion. And even if you're the president of a country, or even if you're just a janitor in a building, I get that you have a personal opinion. It doesn't change the legal status of the place which you live in, the country or sovereign place or territory or province. And that's what Taiwan is. It's a province of China because it's not a country. Okay. And even in this very same article that they sent me, it said that President Taiwan has not yet gone ahead and declared Taiwan a country, changed the currency, changed the flag, etc., 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 which would officially declare Taiwan a country where someone has a ceremony and it's covered by the media and people pop champagne corks and shit, right? That you would say, we've declared Taiwan as a country. We are an independent country. Like the 1776, okay? The United States, July 4th, the Declaration of Independence. We are a country. Psh, screw Britain. No, it hasn't happened. That's all I'm saying. Taiwan is not a country. Can we please get over that? So now, last point. I am getting the impression we are going to have some seriously great economic recovery. Now, China's already experiencing some great economics. Tough in a lot of ways, but great economics with unexpected strength, and FDI, foreign direct investment into China, is roaring. No, nobody's leaving China, you idiots. You believing that crap. For FDI into China is roaring. Exports are roaring. China's doing great. But even I think the rest of the world, I was even just seeing an article about the point about this in the UK as well, which is we are going through a really hard time. And because the world is going through a really hard time, so many people have simplified their lives. They're staying home. They're doing nothing. And we're an example of this. And lots of people in the UK, a lot of you don't need an explanation. You have just dialed down your life, right? And you've dialed it down. And in the process of dialing it down, what has happened? It's a recessionary influence, and because you're not spending money, right? And because you're not spending money, plus the government, in a lot of cases, not in every case, there's some people who are flat broke. Again, that's a whole other thread of discussion. The horrifying situation that millions of middle-class Americans are in because the predatory capitalist and corrupt political system of the United States has destroyed America. That thread, not now. You've saved a lot of money because you're not spending money. Plus, you've even gotten some government funding, right? Unemployment. So there's a huge amount of savings out there. My family is a perfect example of this. This is what I want you to know. Right there, I am staring at our brand new, sexy refrigerator that we bought yesterday. I had no intention really of buying a refrigerator. I didn't need a refrigerator, and I also don't need the other things that I'm going to buy, which are going to upgrade our house. We're probably going to spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000. Maybe, I don't think we're going to spend $10,000, but we're going to spend at least $5,000 on things that we want to do to upgrade our house. We've been in here for 3 years now. We originally bought it and decorated it 8, 9 years ago. We want to give it a spruce up, which we wouldn't have done had we not saved more money this past year, because I looked at my wife and I was like, hey, wait a minute. And this Chinese New Year is the point. We're not going anywhere. People are afraid to go anywhere. And for the migrant people who want to go back and visit their families, and they're not because everyone's still concerned about the pandemic, people aren't going anywhere, and that's tough. I'm sorry, many of you are not going to get to see your families. I get it. It's tough stuff. But we're saving money, and now we're spending money. So we're out. I bought a new refrigerator. We also bought a new exhaust, which the exhaust above the stove had broke. So we had to buy a new exhaust. So we bought a new, sexy new exhaust, and we bought a beautiful new refrigerator. I mean, I can't believe how good-looking refrigerators are. And by the way, in China, things like this are dirt cheap. We bought a beautiful, freaking crazy beautiful 3-door refrigerator, big, nice, and for like $500. Can you believe it? So this is exactly the point. We didn't go on holiday this year because of concerns about the pandemic, because people are not going anywhere. We didn't go to Thailand. We didn't go back, obviously, to America to visit my mom like we always do, and my brother and my daughter. We didn't go back. Okay, that's a lot of money we didn't spend. So now here we are, and we're going to spend it locally. It benefits the local economy. This is what I want to talk to you about, and this is what's happening all over China. People are spending their money locally in their own cities. We're going to have an amazing time with this offer, this package offer that the Conrad offers overnight. Incredible, and lots of five-star hotels are offering the same kind of deal, same kind of great packages. Includes afternoon tea, this beautiful thing, and the evening dinner, and then of course, upgrade to the executive suite floor room, and then of course breakfast for everybody in the morning, and it's all 5-star, super luxury level, everything, special program for the kids, all of that for like $300. I mean, it's just crazy. So amazing values that people are experiencing because they're not spending money out and away. So interesting effects on the economy, all these kind of things happening all over the world. That's it, I'm done. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, yeah, right? Subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter, and follow me on Weibo. Also, my name, Mario Cavolo, same name on all my social media accounts. Doing big Weibo promotion right now. Thanks very much. And again, Happy Chinese New Year. God bless all of you. Be wise, be safe, be healthy. Take care. See you next time.